is time. It is time to brew your best beer. Brought to you by Beer Grains Supply Company, BrewTubers Online Brewers Club, Brew UK, Panhead Brewery, Tanner Ritchie, Finney's Homebrew Emporium, Brig Selv, Hackney Brewery, Hashigo Sake, Mangrove Jacks, Sprig and Fern Tavern, Yakima Valley Hops.
Alright, we're on our third review. We're going to be reviewing beer RO136CA. So no information on this beer other than, homemade label, numbered, in Muskoka. No, Muskoka beers. Good. So let's see what we've got. Nice little hiss. There's got another, like an IPA. A little bit of hops. Good. Let's give this a pour. A little bit undercarbonated, I think. But for clarity wise, it's not bad. Maybe one of the clear so far. Looks good. Let's give it some nose. Subtle hops. Nothing really that stands out. But it's nice and clean though. Color wise, it's again nice light brown, small bit of orangey hues on it. Looks good. It's hard for you guys to see, but it's relatively clear. It's this is not too bad. Maybe add some time to let it age a little bit. So let's give this a taste. So I'm almost thinking, let me try it again. Almost reminds me of like a light brown ale. It's a hard one to choose. The carbonation is really low. I don't know if that was what they originally want or what they intended. There's definitely almost no head foam, and because of that, there's really not a lot of lacing. But for flavor wise, it doesn't really matter. I can taste it. The carbonation's there. It's just not really overwhelming. So maybe for this style, it's so it does sort of remind me of almost like an English style ale. I can taste bittering hops, but for aroma, there's not a lot. Maybe this was brewed real early, and some of it's faded off. Taste-wise, you don't get any. It's enjoyable beer. I like it. This likely has maybe some like Crystal 80 in it. But it lacks some body, I think, on this one. It's very drinkable. I think it's sort of that session beer. But I like it. I think this is it's a nice beer. It's sort of hard to define what it would be. It's sort of in between like an IPA and a brown ale. It'd be interesting to know what type of yeast they used on this. I'd have to double check. Sometimes it's nice when you include those things, so you kind of points you in a direction that the beer maker wanted it to be. So, but I'm enjoying it. So, you know, I'm halfway. I could easily have 2-3 more of these. I'm liking it. It's got a different malt bill in it, so I'm not tasting any off flavors really. No weird smells, no breadiness, no grassiness, nothing. Actually, it's quite good. I think the only thing that would really, in my opinion, if it had more hop, like a late hop profile, and I think that would really help this beer. And then maybe maybe like a quarter pound of wheat malt or carapils or something like that to help boost the body. I don't know if this was somebody's all grain or extract. It's quite clean, and by all, it's a lot of time extract is a little bit cleaner at times, depending on the brew. But this is an all grain. Definitely, they could have did some steeping, maybe at a little higher temperature to build up maybe more body than alcohol. But this definitely does not have a high alcohol in it either. So, yeah, but I'm burping. So the carbonation is there. It just isn't really evident, probably because of the color. But you have a little bit of carbonation sting. But I think for this style, I think it really works. So let this warm up, and then I'll give you my last results. Alright, so I've let this warm up for about 10 minutes. I normally keep my fridge at around, where my keys are at about 40 odd degrees Fahrenheit. So I like them colder. So now that this one's warmed up a bit, there is a bit of a, I don't know if it's from the bittering or there's some type of flavor in there that it's sort of hard to pick out what that is. It's not a nasty flavor, but sometimes when the malt warms up, it has a little bit, almost more bitterness. It's hard to describe this one. Yeah, there's not a smell that comes off it. It's more of a flavor. It's almost like a little bit of a twang. So, I'm sort of wondering what crystal they use to get this color, because now that I'm looking at it, and you can tell that it's more of a brown. It's lost a little bit of that reddish hue. So I'm wondering if maybe what I'm tasting, maybe they used a little bit of maybe like a Munich, or because I don't get the chocolatey you would if they used a lot of chocolate. But nonetheless, enjoyable, and excellent work, guys.